And it's because, well, a couple things. Like the pink edition has stuff already pre-programmed in here for us to, like, if we want to do a party online. There's like pop-up guides. You can like add in websites. You can do a foundation matching, like right there, like that foundation matching quiz that we have people take. There's like all kinds of fun things that we can do. And I'm not a paid spokesperson for Meetin, but I can tell you it's pretty nifty. So there you have it. So we're going to go ahead and fly through all the fun stuff here in the slideshow, but now I need to find my spot. Okay, there we go. Sharing screen. I'll be flying away. You won't see me for a second, but you just need to let me know if you can see the PowerPoint. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hooray. Okay, oopsie. Hey, we're in recognition. How have y'all been doing? I got to introduce Terry for real in a second here, but Leah, how you been doing, girl?
Good. What would you like to know?
Tell me, did I just stop sharing?
Yeah, the PowerPoint.
That's okay. Stuff. I got excited. Tell me what's been going on in your Mary Kay world?
It's been good. I think I have like 8,500 retail sales.
Good job.
Trying to do the October double credit, obviously.
Yeah.
I have almost 400 in sales for this week. So
great.
Last week I had 0. So, you know,
it's not. But you know what happens?
Yeah.
That's okay. That is okay, because sometimes we have no sales, and you know, and sometimes we have, you know, $2,000 week. It's every week's a little bit different, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been doing good. Came off a seminar queen again, so just trying to, you know, push myself harder this year.
Right.
But you know.
Excellent. Well, very good. Well, I know you can do whatever you set your mind to, so that's that for sure. Phyllis Turco, it's Phyllis. It's Phyllis.
Hi.
Hi.
I love that shirt.
Me too. Me too.
Oh my goodness. Well, let me see. I'm going to go back to screen sharing now because I'm very excited for this next screen because we haven't had this in a minute. So I'm going to do it. Hey, it says welcome new consultants.
Woohoo!
Hey, we have a new consultant. And her name is Terry.
That's sweet. Hi, Terry.
Isn't that awesome? I'm super excited about that. So, Terry, tell them a little bit about yourself and why you said yes to Mary Kay.
Okay. So I've actually been using Mary Kay products since I was about 18. So 18, 19, and I love the products. Almost thought about becoming a consultant back then, but decided not to. And I actually pursued my photography instead. And then this year I was looking to supplement a little bit more income. And so I decided to say yes to Mary Kay.
Woo! It's so great. You know, I got to tell you, I know you're going to be great at this. It's just how I feel. And not just because I've known you for a long time. Elizabeth, 5-6 years? 5-6, something like that?
Yes. About that.
Around there, yeah. Terry actually did Ainsley's senior pictures. So if anybody ever sees Ainsley's pictures floating around on Facebook, they're the handiwork of Miss Terry. So
beautiful.
She's a fabulous photographer. She's a poster child for the product. Look at that face. And she's been using Mary Kay for forever. And she's still young. And but what are you excited about? What are you most excited about?
Honestly, probably meeting people.
Yeah, there's a lot of us out there.
Yeah, so a lot of it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of us with skin and everything, so that's pretty great. Phyllis, how have you been?
Oh, been good, busy because I also work for the school district, so it was a crazy start to the year, but it's better.
Yeah.
And really kicking my Mary Kay. I really want to earn that lunch bag this month.
I know.
Oh my
isn't that
gosh. I'll
so
show you guys a
cute?
picture of this. This is adorable.
So
Oh,
cute.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I was the star consultant last quarter. I'm shooting for
Yes,
full
you
quarter
were.
star this
Good
year.
job. Nice.
So yeah, really promoting the Mint Bliss lotion with the socks
Yeah.
because their socks are so soft.
Yeah. They're so cute. I just got mine today.
Yeah. Yes. Cute. Very cute. Yes. I had one customer. Well, my sister bought like 6 of the Mint Bliss. Another customer
Yeah.
by 4, and I've just been promoting it big time because
Yeah.
I don't feel the Mint Bliss lotion gets enough
It
I
does not.
agree. No,
advertisement.
I totally agree.
And
I
once people try it,
Right.
once people try it, they will rebuy it.
Right. And if you have to use it too, because I was using it for a while and then I stopped and then I started up again. What a big difference.
It's a huge difference.
Huge difference.
And
Because
here's something that you know, anytime you can offer your customers something for half off, like whether it's that special sheet that we have that goes around every month, or like I did Super Bowl squares back in January. Like Terry, you won some Super Bowl squares that way. And one of my customers who never wins anything was it 25 half price items?
dang.
Because it went to overtime. And I was like, I'd never even thought of overtime. So it's like, okay, here's another 10 items, you know? And she won that too. And I was like, oh my goodness. And she's finally now just wrapping up her free stuff.
Oh, wow.
But I will tell you, it got her to try so many more things in the line. It got her to try the 2-in-1 shave, wash and shave, and the hydrating lotion. The Mint Bliss she has reordered several times now. It got her to move over to repair because she actually went over to that right before the Super Bowl. So now, you know, she's been getting her lifting serum for half off. So how smart is she? And but anytime you can do that and introduce them to something, or if it's a small enough price point that you're doing it as a bonus gift in their order, and you can write that off because it's a giveaway. That could get them hooked. The Indulge Soothing Eye Gel is another one of those products that I feel like doesn't get enough use from people. You know, I mean, I like it, but you know, not everybody likes it because they haven't tried it. But if they try it, they'll like it. It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so Terry, are you up for taking a new consultant oath?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to turn up my volume. Not for you guys, just for me. You don't need me to be any louder, I don't think, but but sometimes my volume over on this end gets a little bit wonky. Volume up. Let's go. There we go. Up, up, up. Now I can hear you guys better. All right, you ready?
Okay.
So you're going to repeat after me because I have to give you your PIN. So that's another reason why we have to get together, so I can give you your PIN again. Because I've seen Terry a couple times now, and I keep forgetting to give her new consultant PIN. Okay, right. So it's going to be a new consultant PIN. So you're going to say, with this PIN, I thee recruit. So I'll put away my pants.
Wait, repeat that?
So I'll put away my pants.
So I'll put away my pants
and break out my suit. Mary Kay means fun and money and driving free. Good job. But success.
Plus success.
But success.
Oh, but success.
I need to enunciate better. Depends on me.
Depends on me.
So I'll do myself a favor. And get out of my own way. From this day forward. I sell Mary Kay.
And sell Mary Kay.
I sell Mary Kay.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Okay. I'm going to now share with you the next slide, which is one of my faves because it's the career path slide. You've got here, everybody comes in as an independent beauty consultant, and we make 50% on everything that we sell. Then when we decide to start adding team members to our group, we start, saying, hey, do you want to come play with me? I'm a lot of fun. And they say, sure, I'd like to. Then when you have an active team member, 1 or 2, you become what they call a senior beauty consultant. And so you'll get a pin enhancer that, shows that you've got a team member, and you have the ability to earn love checks and bonuses from the company. So that would look like, I like doing the math off of $1,000 order, not because it's just easy math.
Mm.
So if we pretend that your first team member places $1,000 order, you will get 4% commission from the company, which means you'll get $40. And you'll get a $50 bonus because she's coming in Great Start qualified. So when she orders, she'll make 50% on everything that she sells, and you will have gotten $90 just for having her say yes and starting up her business. So that's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Okay. So then you decide you're going to add a couple more, and you're going to get to Star Team Builder, which is your red jacket. And that is where you can get 6 or 8% commission. So now let's pretend that you add a team member and she places $1,000 order. Well, now you're a Star Team Builder, and let's pretend that you have that 8% commission. Well, now it's $80 plus 50, and that's $130. That's a whole lot of Starbucks or shoes. Maybe a good pair of shoes. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a few Starbucks. And then team leader is where you can jump to 9 or 13%. So now that's with 5, 6, or 7 team members. That $1,000 order now is $130 for your 13%, plus a $50 bonus. That's $180 plus your 50% and their 50% when they sell. You see where it's kind of cool. And then when you're an elite team leader, that's 8 or more team members. And at that point, you can stay right there, keep enjoying that 9 and 13% commission opportunities that are available, or you can take that team of 8 and decide you're going to become an independent sales director. And then that 13% can actually turn into 36% with all kinds of extra bonuses and stuff that are available. So that's pretty cool. So those are your career path steps. And if that just blew your mind, don't worry, because I didn't understand this for a long time. And then I did.
Just so you know, we're not seeing any slides.
Shut up.
Yeah,
No.
we just watched you say it the whole time.
You just watched me say it?
Yeah.
Wait.
We had
I
to
was so
visualize
good
it in
at
our
it.
head.
Yeah, but I was like,
Were
I
you
can't
visualizing it?
Well, I was just looking at your hair. I just still can't get over how long your hair is.
It got really long. Was I making any weird faces?
It has to have been at
No.
least a year since I've
Oh,
seen
well,
you.
that's good. All right, hold on.
Like, I
I'm
mean,
just
Terry,
popping
seriously,
over.
your hair is
Now you'll
gone
see
so
the
long.
screen and you'll be like, Danny, it's beautiful. Here, look.
There we go.
There it is.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Independent beauty consultant,
Ta-da.
senior consultant,
Look-
Star Team Builder, team leader, elite team leader, sales director. Blah, blah, blah.
it looks good.
Okay, so the monthly sales challenge this month. Oh my gosh. So this is kind of breaking down how you should have a weekly sales goal and how that weekly sales goal converts into, tracking your sales to hit certain goals, like becoming a star consultant or earning your sales prize, or maybe you're wanting to up your star consultant level to ruby or to diamond or to emerald. This is one of those slides where if you're on the new side, like Terry is, this one can be like a little bit of a mind explosion, but it also kind of gives you an idea of where to start and where to set goals for. So my big goal for you, and actually for everybody, if you're on the getting back on the wagon and you're wanting to be a star consultant, you should be shooting for anywhere from $200 to $400 in sales each week, because that's going to turn into consistent sales where you're putting money in your pocket. And that's always a great goal. Now, sometimes you'll have a party that's 0, and sometimes you'll have a party that's 1,300. And it just kind of averages out. So just kind of think about that. The 12-month consistency challenge, which Terry, even though you didn't start in July because you started in October, from October through June, if you're hitting that monthly selling challenge every month, you get this really fun Mary Kay branded, lots of quotes, daily wisdom 12-month calendar, which has all kinds of, daily wisdom with Mary Kay Ash. I think it's hilariously awesome. Super cute, super fun. And Leah and Phyllis, if you're on Target, great. If you're not on Target, it's still great because we'll let you look at ours. I'm kidding. I will let you look at mine though. I'm very excited about it.
I'm on Target.
I'm on Target.
Good girls. Good girls. Okay. This is your monthly sales challenge for this month. This is an insulated lunchbox.
Yes.
How cute is this?
I want the
use
bag.
it- I want to
Yeah.
use it for anything but lunch. Like you could put
Right?
anything,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Very
right?
true.
Like seriously.
Yeah, the first thing I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, is that big? Is it little? Is it like for
Yeah.
jewelry?
Do
and
we
then I
know how
saw
big
it.
it is?
It's huge.
Is
Yeah,
it?
because Kristen Sharp,
Yeah.
national sales director, she's showing it, and yeah, it's,
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
good size.
Wow.
It's a
I just wanna
really
put
good
makeup.
size.
I want to put makeup in it.
I think you could totally put makeup in there. And if it's still hot out, you can still put your ice packs in there to keep your lipstick from running.
There you go.
Very true.
Right? I mean, that's what I think. What do I know though? But
And
I
it's
really- I
double
think
credit
it's awesome.
month.
So that is your prize this month. If you hit 700 cumulative wholesale. So, I mean, it can be done in little pieces parts if you're using CDS. It can be done if you're doing it all at once. However, it equals by the 31st, that magic number. So now I'm going to go back and you're going to tell me if I'm still screen sharing. This is so much fun. Okay. So we are in the middle of quarter 2 for our star consultants. And that means this is kind of fun because our quarters are they don't start on a calendar month. They're on the 16th through a 15th. So it started in September 16th and it goes through December 15th. And so there's tons of prizes that are available. There's all kinds of options. You can just type in under contests, go to Star Consultant, and you can just see all the little things that are available. So when you hit 1,800 wholesale between September 15th and words are hard. September 16th and December 15th. There we go. That's going to get you the opportunity to shop for prizes. It's a really quick turnaround too. Like they give you, it's like a couple of days once the quarter's over, and then you get an email that says, hey, it's time to go shop. So these,
just a black screen with spinny wheel.
Yeah.
no, you got the spinny wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did I. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's no
can't see
fun.
the slide.
Don't people understand? Don't people understand I'm trying to screen share?
Right?
Don't they know what I'm doing here? No one knows. You do. You all know.
Mhm.
Let's see what happens when I do this. This, maybe?
No.
No. Still spinny.
Wow.
Yep.
Guess what? You're just
Yeah.
going to have to hear my dulcet voice, and I'm just going to tell you about it. How's that?
Sounds good.
That works.
Does that work for you guys? Okay, good. So, seminar awards are cranking along. But this month is double credit. And for a lot of people, they hear double credit and they're like, what in the world does that mean? And basically what it means is if I place an order with the company that's let's just come up with we'll keep with that $1,000 number because it's a nice round number. $1,000 wholesale in a typical month means it's $2,000 retail. And that retail piece counts towards company recognition. It also goes towards your units goals for what they call unit club, which is your combined unit sales for the year. Now, this month, because they're doing what they call double credit, what that means is that $1,000 order would now be worth $4,000 retail. So that's pretty cool. And you're still selling it for, your normal price and stuff, but you're being recognized for $4,000. Now, they have a cap on how much you can have count double, because otherwise people would be like, I'm going to spend $10,000. Now it's worth $40,000 and my quarter sales is done. That's kind of what some people might do. We don't want them to do that. So the cap that for double credit recognition is $2,000 wholesale. Could you order more than 2,000? Sure. But only 2,000 of it's going to count double. Okay. If you're curious on how numbers would play out, I can go over that with you. But I really want you to just kind of think in terms of, what goals have you set for yourself for this month? What goals have you set for yourself for this quarter? And how can you really maximize this? Think of how many repair sets do you need to sell to be able to place a $2,000 wholesale order? Okay. So this is math time with Danny. I'm going to do it with you now because I want you to make money too. So repair sets are $215, right?
Right.
Okay. So we want to be able to sell, let's just say 19. If I sold 19 repair sets between now and the end of the month, I would take my profit. Okay. So, and I would be able to place a $2,000 wholesale order that would now be worth $8,000 instead of $4,000. And here's where it gets really super fun. Divided by 2. So I'm making $107.50 off of a repair set. And if I'm selling 19 of them, I just put $2,042 in my pocket.
Nice.
Okay. Now those 19 repair sets don't fall from the sky, right? Because if they did, we'd all go outside and go, repair sets, repair set customers, come on out, but if I'm talking 19 people making those repair set purchases, that can be done over the course of several parties. It could be a giant gathering. I know, Leah, you do yours usually like in big groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it in any kind of thing. You can do it in, one-on-one facials, which takes longer. You can do it in a smaller group. You can do it in a larger group. It just depends on what you're comfortable doing and how you can make it work for you with your schedule. Okay. Like Phyllis, because you're working a full-time job. Leah, are you full-time Mary Kay, or are you full-time other things too?
So I do Mary Kay, but I also work from home doing accounting for a
Okay.
business. So
Okay, so you're working from home there, and then Terry, you've got a full-time job. So it's basically looking at your life and going, where can I hold an appointment? Not what's good for other people. It's when can I do it?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's because, if you open it up and say, okay, what's good for you to someone, then it's kind of like you don't want to go to that hairdresser that says, I've got nobody on my books. When would you like to come in?
yeah.
Right.
Because odds are it's because they're not a great haircut person or a hairstylist. Or if you're getting your brows done, you don't want to go into somebody that because you want brows that look good. You don't want no brows, Or like when Sandra Oh was on Grey's Anatomy, they had to repaint them on. Remember? Do you guys remember that episode? Anyway, go watch. It's funny. I thought it was funny. It was very traumatizing, I'm sure.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So anyway, my point though is you look at your schedule and figure out, okay, if I'm doing a one-on-one appointment, at the most it's an hour unless you get caught up in chit chat. But if you only have an hour, you can keep it to that hour. If you are doing a big group, you can say maybe you block out 2 hours. And you can kind of figure out where can I hold those appointments? Because if you're thinking, okay, 19 divided by 3, because there's 3 weeks left in the month, let's say it's 18, that's 6 repair sets a week-ish, right? Because I'm doing funky math, because 18 is divisible by 3 and not 19. But you know what I mean? You've got 6 that could be happening there. That all of a sudden is a workable number. Do you know what I mean? There was one year my electric bill was really ridiculous in the middle of summer, and I just finished teaching and I was freaking out because the electric bill was really high. And all I can think was, okay, how many repair sets do I have to sell so that I can pay for this electric bill and not lose my junk? And I figured it out, and then I went out and did it. So it's kind of, you can kind of break it down. Mary Kay always talks about you can eat, everybody can eat the elephant. You just got to go one bite at a time. So it's taking that huge goal and breaking it down. Okay. So there's also double credit for team building this month. So what that means is if I add a team member, like I added Terry this month, normally in a typical month, she would count for 1 person, but she's so stinking awesome. She's counting for 2. And there's a cap on that. You can add 6 to count double. Okay. So if we add 6, that would count as 12. when they all come in Great Star qualified. Okay. So think of who are your scary people? Who are your people that you would be afraid to ask? And right now, can you say, shut the front door with a $10 e-start?
Right?
Right? It's not normal that they do this twice in a year.
No.
So seriously, you guys, and I'm saying this to my veterans because you guys know you can contact customer service or send an email, or whatever. I think it's a really great time to thank them because they didn't have to do this, especially when all this craziness is going on in some of these other direct sales companies. And that I think the more times that we can thank them for, hey, you guys are awesome sauce, the better. Okay. Because they want to hear from us.
How do you actually do that? Because I've never I know everyone's like, oh, you can contact them, you can reach out to them, but how do you?
There's a spot. Let me go on to InTouch here because I can.
That's what I'm saying. It's on InTouch.
Yeah, it goes to like the general mailbox, but it's really great. I mean, you can also. There's individual people you can kind of do some searching to find them, but like in our Diamond Salesforce development. You can do an email there, but I'm logging in so I can tell you exactly where it is because I'm also going to tell you some other things that are in here.
I think it's harder for me because it's just Mary Kay National Area,
Well, we're in a Mary Kay National Area too because Rebecca retired, and so we got put out into pasture as well.
So we're all in the same pool now.
Okay, at the very bottom, I don't mean that like we're out to pasture. We're all in the same pool. Okay, so if you go to the bottom when you log into InTouch, at the very bottom, they've got helpful links, and one of them is contact us.
Okay, yeah, on it.
So when you click on that, that's where it sets up a new screen for you. And then it's got Hello Beautiful, and it's got all the phone numbers. But then it also has the email spot further down that says click here to contact us. And
click there,
that's where you can send the email.
Okay.
And it says create a new case, or at least it looked like that for a split second. And that's fine because you're just, you're creating a new case and you're just sending them a little love note.
Right. Okay.
And it's pretty awesome because it's the subject, your description, and it's anywhere from feedback. It's really cool because they've got, legal questions, ordering questions. You can just say other, but it's good because then you can put the subject in, say none for a topic. If you don't want to do that, if you want to add a picture, that's cool. That's, if you've ever got questions on stuff, the 1-800-MARY-KAY or the customer line, or not the customer line, the consultant line, they're there to help you. And I really think it's been very helpful to have that chat window that's open during business hours. That's also there too.
I love the chat. No, I chat all the time. Like I'll just be like on InTouch, like just like, hey, what are you doing? How's your day? Like what's going on? Like the chat is awesome.
Yeah, it's a big help. It really is. Yeah. Okay, so then I wanted to make sure you guys saved the date, but I have to run over and look at it really fast. It's November 14th because we're offering it to everybody because it's my Christmas gift to you guys, even though it's in November. Because we're doing another Lori Hogg event.
Oh.
And she's, for those of you guys who don't know who she is, she's an international makeup artist. She also happens to be a Mary Kay consultant. And she's absolutely magnificent. She does not record her trainings because, the girl's got to make a living and she's a makeup artist. So, that's what she does. And so it's an event where, the directors have all paid to be a part of it, which means I'm like, hey, this is your Christmas gift. Welcome. Merry Christmas early or Happy Thanksgiving, however you want to look at it. And it's at 5:30 Vegas time. So it's kind of a funky time. And a lot of people are like maybe on the road or whatever, go park and just, watch it on. It's a YouTube live link that you'll get. So you won't be on camera, but you can also invite guests and friends and stuff if you want to, because she has such amazing training. Phyllis, did you get to watch it this last time?
My gosh. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
Talk about it, because we offered it to Star Consultants last quarter. And so Phyllis was a star last quarter, but this time we're offering it to everybody because, by golly, it's the holidays. And I want all of you to be able to.
She's amazing and she's fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are no words. There are no words. I'm just saying.
What do you actually learn? Like, what is she showing you?
One thing she pointed out that I wasn't doing is to use the under eye corrector and the perfecting concealer together. Yours truly wasn't doing that. I'm like, oh.
Well, I think a lot of people don't do that. And she has, Leah, she's got like tons of like tricks of the trade.
Oh my
She'll
gosh.
talk about like foundation matching.
And eyes, the way the eyes, like she'll do one look on one eye and a different look on the other. And she'll split her face in half.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
We had a live event with her pre-pandemic. And it was over at the Boy Scouts Club over like at Windmill and 215 over there. And she was there. It was a packed place. And our friend Robin, who has very dark circles, just genetically dark circles, and Lori was able to get rid of them. And it was so cool because it was like, okay, how did you do this? And so the event itself is an hour long. So from 5:30 to 6:30 our time. And then if you've got anybody that is remotely interested in learning some more, they're going to do, they're giving away prizes and stuff. It's prize and possibilities for an extra half hour.
Okay.
But the cool thing is they're going to have, giveaways in general. And she's just so much fun. And anytime I get to be on a training with her, all I do is just take notes.
Yeah.
It's just tons and tons of notes that I take.
Yeah.
And it got me to put, it got me to put my products on in a different order, because, I used to do like from the top down, like eyes, then cheeks, then lips. And she's more of get the cheeks done first. But then I think she also gravitates and does whatever she feels like that day.
Yes.
I don't think it's all the time. But basically, I love the fact that she's very freeing and that there's no right way to do it. There's no wrong way to do it. But here's how I do it. And you're going to look great. And so like she talks about how to contour right so you don't look like a hoochie mama or don't look like an eighth grader.
Yes.
All those things. So it's really, really cool stuff. And especially if you've got anybody that is into makeup, you don't have to be. But if you've got somebody who's into makeup, this would be a really great thing to invite them to attend. No pressure. You're not on camera. Just watch and learn. Watch and learn with me.
Do you have a virtual invite that is?
Yes, we will. As soon as they give it to me, I'll give it to you guys. And then you can send it out and invite like crazy, because there's no limit on those YouTube channels.
Right.
It's everybody can be on there, and it's really fun. So
yes, it is.
That's one thing that's coming up. And then the other thing that's coming up is there's a January Jumpstart, which is coming up. Finding it. There it is. It's January 3rd and 4th. It's down in Escondido. So it's about 4.5 hours from here. It's Kathy Oliveira is national sales director who's about to retire, and she's putting it on. It's kind of like her swan song, because she's been doing these like the first time that the company said they weren't going to do a career conference live after COVID. She put one on, and it was amazing. Karen Johnson, our friend from Menifee, California, went and said, "Danny, you've got to come to this event. This is off the charts amazing." So we had an event last January, so we went, and it was amazing. And then we went back for career conference again. She was in charge of it, unbelievably awesome. And so she's doing this last one here. And so it's going to be really great. It's just 2 days, 3rd and 4th, you're back on, out the door. Everybody who's a sales director, the next day we fly out to go to, where are we going?
It's in Texas. It's San Antonio.
Yes, thank you. I knew it was multiple words in Texas. We're going to San Antonio for leadership
Yeah.
because you guys, it like seminar is not going to be in Dallas this year.
I know.
What?
Because here's what's happened. The convention center is
Mhm.
going under a remodel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
Earlier.
we've always done
Earlier.
it at the Dallas Convention Center.
Right.
So we were given the heads up that, hey, 2026, you're going to have a different venue. Well, they
Right.
decided to start even earlier. They were going to wait to start till September of 25,
Uh-huh.
but they're going to actually start in June of 25.
Right.
So I know the company is, looking like crazy because you want to find some location that, it's close to an airport,
Right.
who has great convention space that can do arena size stuff and is available for an entire month because
Right.
that's how long the company uses
Yes.
that facility because they have to strike, set up and strike and still hold, 4 seminars.
Right.
And so I haven't heard updates. I'm sure we'll get updates, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited because we don't know where we're going.
Oh my gosh.
So it'll be new for everybody.
I'm nervous though, because I've only ever had it there and I like know my way around. I'm like
Right.
a pro. Now it's like I'm gonna be like
We're all
standing-
going to be blind together.
Like,
It's going to be great.
yes.
I'm just saying, what about Las Vegas?
Right.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
we
I
don't
was
have to
saying.
go
It's like it's
anywhere.
perfect because it's a downtime. Jeff and I were talking about this. It's a downtime in like as far as events and stuff go.
Yes.
It is.
Back in the dark ages when Mary Kay was alive, I shouldn't say it in a snarky way, but she thought of it, Las Vegas, and she thought of it as Sin City and all those things. But
Right.
here's what I know: Richard Rogers, Mary Kay's son, comes here a lot.
Ah.
And we've done events here. There was a college tour that I actually got to sit at UNLV and I ran the lip gloss station. I ran an eyeshadow station, college kids coming through. And it was basically to check out the college markets. And they bounced all over the country for this. But Las Vegas was one of the locations. And so Rebecca, being a national who lives here, and Carol Anton was living here at the time. So several of their directors were here doing that. And it was because Richard checked it out and went, well, there's a university here. This is good. And they've also done a couple other of the elite sales directors, the ones who are about to become national sales directors. They've done those retreats here before.
Mhm.
So they've been much smaller because, you've only got a handful at a time that are getting ready to become nationals.
Right.
So I think it's the perfect place.
Yeah, seriously.
But what do I know?
Put your 2 cents out there.
I'm just going to toss it out there. Hey, I think you guys need
Throw
to
it
go
out
Las
there to
Vegas.
the universe. Yeah.
Sprinkle it out there under contact us.
That's
So
it. Hey, that's an idea.
I think it's great. Okay. So those were my big announcements for you to just kind of save the dates. The registration for the January Jamboree is open already. I did post it in McCracken's Miracles. I will put it in an email so everybody's got a hard copy to glance at and links to click on and whatnot. But that's what's going to be coming up there. We are talking about how to coach appointments and how to close appointments today. And I'm looking at my time to see how we're doing. We're doing pretty good. I'm going to talk fast though. Okay. So Terry, if at any point your brain explodes, just write a little note and I'll talk you down tomorrow. But I know you know how a lot of this rolls because you're already like a professional and to confirm and all those kinds of things. So getting the booking, a lot of people, if I were to say to you guys, if I gave each of you 3 parties to hold, could you hold them? Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
so. Either between using a flip chart or washing your face with them because you know how to do it, or however you're going to do it. You could hold those appointments. It's the critical pieces of getting the booking in the first place, asking for the appointment. Then it's coaching the appointment to make sure it holds. And then it's closing the appointment. And I was telling Terry the story, and I know Phyllis has heard me tell this story. Leah, you may not have. So I was never very good at closing my appointments.
Oh,
And so I would get done with moisturizer and I would just be like, okay, we're done. And then people would be like, can we buy stuff? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And I'd sell stuff. It was great, And then Linda, my director, who is my senior director, and I was at a meeting and she goes, Deanna, are you doing the table close? And I said, no. And she said, you have to do the table close. And I said, okay, fine. And I probably said it just like that. And I go to my next party and I said, my director's making me go over these prices with you. And so I went over the prices. Lo and behold, they bought more than they normally do because I gave them the specials, the sets, right? Then I got back to the next week for the meeting and I was like, oh yeah, it went way better. And she goes, did you do the individual close? And I was like, no. And she goes, you have to do the individual close. And I don't know what had me so hung up on this, because women love to buy. We don't love to be sold, but we love to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And that individual consultation time is such a great moment for you to make a connection with these people, because you get to learn a little bit more about them. They tell you a little bit more maybe about their concerns about their skin, maybe a little bit of like, hey, I'd like to book a party, but this is what's going on in my life right now, but I can book a party, 2 months from now, whatever. You learn more about the person, like in a more intimate setting.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, at the beginning, I say, I have to talk to each one of you one at a time tonight because my director's making me. And I totally blamed her. She didn't care. She's like, I don't care if you blame me, do it. And so I did. I blamed her. And then when I became a sales director, I realized I couldn't blame anybody else anymore. So then I had to change my wording. So, but I will tell you, those individual consultation times, you guys, those are where the relationships are really bonded. It gives you the chance to book your follow-up appointment and their checkup from the neck up to make sure whatever they've purchased they like. Or if they don't like it, be able to meet with them to fix it, which is critical. It gives you so much street cred when you can make it work for them. Okay. But now what I say at the beginning of an appointment, I'll say, one of the things that I provide as your skincare and color expert is individual consultations periodically throughout the year. And your first one's going to be tonight. And I say it over and over again ahead of time, so it just kind of rolls off the tongue just like that. And no matter how tired I am, no matter how grumpy I am, no matter what's going on, that sentence flies out my mouth and everything's good. Because I've said it, they know it's coming. And the other piece is, if I'm doing a skincare class, or if I'm doing a sofa social and the product's just being passed around on the hand, and somebody starts asking about lipsticks, then I can say, oh my gosh, we can set up that appointment during your individual consultation. Because if you let them go take the party rogue, what you intended to be a 45-minute party has now turned into 3 hours. And who's going to want to book a party?
Right.
Okay. So it's not like you're being a jerk. It's just like, here's what we're doing tonight. There are so many other things that we can do, and there's so many other departments we have available. But this is what we're focusing on tonight, because there's almost 300 products in the line. There might even be more than 300 right now. But either way, it's a lot of products. You can't try them all today. So that's part of the closing piece. The coaching piece, there's all different kinds. And since COVID, there's all different kinds of variations of it. But here's your bottom line bullet points on coaching the appointment. Mary Kay had this saying that was like a radio station, WIIFM. Mm-hmm. What's in it for me? Okay. And it's basically what's in it for her. And what you want to be able to offer her is hostess credit. And I usually tell my hostesses, I'm going to be able to give you 50 to 100 in hostess credit. That was when I was new. Now what I'll say is I'm going to be able to give you 100 or more in hostess credit. Okay. So once she says yes to the booking and we've got the date and the time, it's like, okay, great. What I want you to do, because if they've been your customer for a long time, then they already know what they like. Okay, great. I want you to go on my website. I want you to pick out what you're going to want for free. And I want you to send it to me like it's a website order. Don't put any payment in, but that way we know what we're working towards. Okay. That's a wish list. That gets you the wish list. It makes you see what she's wanting. Maybe it's a biocellulose mask and a serum C. I mean, whatever it is. Because if you can keep her eye on the prize of what she's wanting, then that's one way you can guarantee the appointment's going to hold. Okay. Everybody's with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. The second thing you're going to want is to get her guest list. And that's tricky depending on how you're holding your appointments. If you're holding any form of a virtual appointment, if it's on YouTube or whatever, you can find out who she's invited and maybe get their email so you can send them emails or however she's willing to provide you that information, because you can just say, I want to ask them questions about their skin. Because what I have found is if you can make that connection and I can say, hi, Phyllis, this is Danny. I'm so excited to meet you on Saturday at Terry's Sofa Social. I've got a few questions to ask about your skin so I have the right products on hand for you to try. And those questions will be coming in my next text. So you make it a really short text. And then the next text is just a few questions. Number 1, is your skin more normal, more dry, more oily, or more combo? Okay, giving them options just like the Skin Analyzer app does. The second question is your skin tone more ivory, more beige, or more bronze? And I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, ivory, beige, or bronze. And the third question I ask is, what would you like to change about your skin? Because that's a specific question, and they always have an answer if you ask that question. If you say, do you have any specific concerns? Sometimes they'll say no. But if you say, what would you like to change or improve about your skin? And it would be, less acne, less dry circles. My eyes are puffy, less wrinkles. I mean, they're going to tell you things. And based on how they answer you, you're kind of like, okay, cool. Because odds are you're going to have every product already planned to use that they've referenced, right? If you're really if you want to ask a fourth question, the fourth question was, do you have any allergies that I need to know about? So for example, Ainsley has a tree nut allergy, so she can't have anything in that naturally oil because there's almond oil in there. Okay. So I would make sure I don't even bring that product up as an option for her. But most of the time when people have allergies, they ask questions during the event. So you don't have to really worry about them needing an EpiPen. Yeah. You know what I mean? They've been at it long enough that they know, but it's also good to ask that question. And then once they answer those questions, you can say, okay, great. I'm going to be there, a few minutes early. We're going to have an on-time drawing, and we can talk about that, and just, I'm so excited to meet you. And thank you so much for supporting Terry. Okay. It's just a really great conversation because that conversation with you, number one, if you've got her phone number, then you've got a contact info. So if she ends up not being able to come, she could become a future booking or a referral from the hostess, right? Now, I'm going to go the other route where what happens if the hostess doesn't want to give you the contact information? And that happens sometimes. They want to protect their friends. And then it's like, okay, here are the questions you need to ask all your friends. And then I need you to give me the list and say, okay, great. Phyllis says this, Leah says this, Amy says this, Donna says this, Alpha says this. And, and it's all the answers to these people. Because I had a party like that. My friend Carmen was the hostess. We had 10 guests.
Oh, wow.
I had, I think, 16 answers because a couple people couldn't come, and that was okay. But she did the pre-profiling on everybody she invited. She invited like 15 to 20 people. 10 came. And it was great because I had all of the information. I knew who all the people were before they got there. Nice. And what would that also tell you guys as, like, if Carmen's able to get that information and provide it to me, what does that tell you about Carmen as a potential team member?
Oh, yes.
Right. Because if she can do all that legwork for you,
right,
because she wants her 100 free or more,
then
that's pretty awesome, So those are the big pieces: getting the wish list and getting the guest list. Okay. And then your job at that point is just to keep her excited. Okay. Let's pretend that Leah's got the party booked for the 26th. If I don't reach out to Leah until the 25th, how likely is it that the party is going to be holding?
Oh, no.
No. If I book the party tonight for the 26th, I'm going to wait 2 days to see how the guest list is coming. So that would be, Friday, and all of a sudden Leah's going to go, oh crap, I forgot to invite people. Well, then she's going to be spending the weekend getting people invited, right? And then it's going to be, hey, did you get that? Did you have a chance to send me your wish list? And if she hasn't had a chance, hey, you know what? You don't even have to do it on the website. Just text me. Or, hey, just send a screenshot of the catalog and circle everything. Just getting her to sit down and make the wish list. You know what I mean? Keeping that conversation going. And then this is a question you never, ever want to ask. You ready? Are we still good for the 26th?
Oh.
If you say, are we still good? Then that's kind of like you're setting yourself up to have her cancel. If you say, I'm so excited for the 26th, that's going to keep her excited too.
Right.
Okay. And this is just what I have found over the years. Some of it's stuff that I learned from Rebecca or Linda, but that line right there, when I have said, are we still good? Almost every time they have asked to reschedule.
Oh, wow.
So that I stopped. I was like, okay, stopping that right now. But those pieces, and then deciding what kind of hostess program you want to offer. Okay. Because there's the Mary Kay standard hostess program, which is for if there's $500 in sales and 2 bookings, the hostess gets $100. And there's like even a little chart in there too, Terry. It's online where if they have, $200 in sales and 1 booking, they get this much, or, it all kind of breaks down. I always give them at least $50, even if they're only getting like $30, I still give them $50, if the sales were kind of low. But here's what I have found too. I'm totally okay with the hostess becoming one of the future bookings.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's totally fine. And you can keep that party open as long as it takes to get it to $500 in sales, because you want her to get that hostess credit. And it's okay to kind of just keep it and say, we're going to keep the party open until you hit 500. I'm determined to get you $100 free. And even if it's like a ways away, I mean, if you want a hard count, like, hey, at 2 weeks, we're closing it, you absolutely can do that because it's your business. What I have found is if I leave it open long enough, we'll get to 500 because she has people that couldn't come. She has people that maybe can order ahead of time, order early on like the Shop My Party app or the link. You've got all of that extra time involved, and it just kind of comes together, and getting her that is really great for me right now, because I'm in a challenge because with Donna becoming a sales director, she took a big chunk of the unit away. So in order for me to build the customer base up with potential team members and future team members, I need to be getting in front of bodies. So I'm offering a little bit different hostess program, which is it's either 100 free or 200 free, depending on how you want to do it. I would say 100 free as a consultant. And instead of going off of sales, it's booking and holding it on the original date and time.
Right.
That's your first $25. The second $25 is her getting me the guest list so that I can get a hold of these people and pre-profile and chat with them about their skin. If they do it for you, I'd still give them the 25 because you're getting the information. Okay.
All right.
The third one is having at least 5 guests over the age of 18 who don't have a consultant. And the fourth one is 2 bookings. The minute you don't worry about what the sales are, the sales will happen, number one, because the products are that good and they're that good. And if you're focusing over here on them having a good time and wanting to book another appointment, and talking about all the different appointments that are available. Like right now in October, you can talk about mascaras, make it a mascara-thon, right? You could do a mask-a-thon where you're having them do charcoal, you're having them do the biocellulose, whatever you want to do. Just make it a charcoal mascara party or whatever you want to do. Whatever. That can be a follow-up option. The ones that I use the most are, either Sofa Social, so it's on the back of their hand, no product coming on, nothing coming off their face, which seems to be, people like that because it moves quick and they don't have to worry about, be self-conscious about what they look like with a naked face. If they really want to be doing product on their face, which is great, I mean, it's what Mary Kay wanted us to be doing in the first place. It's a smaller group. Okay. I'd say no more than 6 people because after that it gets a little rowdy. Okay. And it takes longer. So if you can keep it around a kitchen table, then that's a good number. And then you could do the, the individuals and the double facials and stuff too. That's fine. Mary Kay considered, when she was teaching all of her consultants in the very beginning, a party was 5 people plus the hostess. So a total of 6. It evolved over time to a party is you plus 2, the hostess plus 2. And that can work because those are 2 potential hostesses there too. But then we can talk about, fall colors for makeovers. Or do you know your proper colors? There's all these apps, or not apps, but websites out there now to say, are you an autumn? Or are you a winter? Are you a summer? Are you a spring?
I know.
And the eye colors that are there with that, the cheek colors you should be using and the lip colors you should be using, all those follow-ups that are available. Or it could be, just a smoky eye clinic, or it could be, pick what are the appointments you're offering, And sometimes I remember one time somebody asking about a lip party. And I was like, oh, sure, let's do that. And I was like, oh crap, how do I do that? I just booked a lip party. I have no idea what to do. And I just figured it out. It was like, okay, we're gonna do satin lips.
Right.
We're gonna do lip liners. And I had oil-free eye makeup remover to take off the lip liners because that's the only way to get the color off so that, when you're putting on different colors of lips, it doesn't mess up what the lip looks like, right?
Right.
And that's, and we did like kissology. I mean, so many things.
Yeah.
So it's like get the appointment booked and then figure out how to do it later. That's my words of wisdom there. So I want to talk about how am I doing on time? I have 2 minutes. Okay. So the cool thing about closing the appointment is there's lots of different closing sheets out there. Terry, you probably have one in the starter kit. They have like sets, like the basic set, the miracle set, and like the ultimate miracle set, those kinds of things. You can absolutely use those. The ones that I've been using are ones that have a little bit more options involved. So they can kind of create their roll up. They can fill all the pockets, that kind of thing. And it gives them a little bit better bang for their buck. And you're still making a lot of money too. So, I mean, you've got options on that. I'm going to share those in an email with everybody so you've got them. One, Waverly Wismer, who's a top director here in Mary Kay, she's the daughter of National Sales Director Kimberly Copeland. And she's just been tearing it up with these Sofa Socials. And I have not seen her most recent placemat because when the botanical line got retired, I never saw the new placemat that she did, but somebody else did one that's basically the exact same thing. And there's like one space on the placemat that's like, I'm like, there should be a space there. But then I decided I didn't care because it was a beautiful placemat and I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for information to be distributed so I don't have to recreate it myself.
Right.
And I got over the space. But that's the cool thing. So my challenge for you guys for this week would be, kind of jumping on that bandwagon of getting the bookings. We in the last class we talked about, Amy was on with me and we were talking about making the phone calls, making that bubble sheet, Tammy Craig's bubble sheet, make the phone calls this week. Don't worry about whether or not they come out as bookings. But if I'm calling 56 people and getting responses from 56 people, whether they're no's or yeses or, don't ever ask me about Mary Kay again or whatever, that's fine. But are you doing the activity?
Mhm.
That's what's going to generate the results. Because if you are reaching out to 56 people and don't do it in a group text, do it one at a time if you're going to text, and personalize it so they know that you really are talking to them. But
Mhm.
also make sure that it says their name before you click it,
Yes.
because I've done that before and that's bad. So you feel like a goofball. And only if you can unsend it, but most of them you can't unsend. But anyway, so if you do that, what ends up happening is you're going to walk out with 8 to 10 bookings. And then as soon as you have 8 to 10 bookings, well, then instantly you're going, oh my gosh, now what? Well, now you got to coach it, make sure the appointments hold. And if a couple drop off, that's okay, because you still have 6 or 7 or 5 booking, you know what I mean? And then you hold those appointments, and then we talk about the closing piece. Okay. So that's your goal, is to make the phone calls, to get the bookings, and then we're going to coach it. And then next week, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of overlap on the closing piece and a little bit of team building stuff. Okay. Excellent. I'm excited. What questions can I answer for you before I send you all on your merry way?
I don't have anything, but I want to say congratulations to Terry. I'm so excited for you.
I'm so excited for her too.
I'm excited. Nervous.
Are you
but
still excited? Remember, I'm so excited. What have I done? I'm so excited. What have I done? Stay over here.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous, Terry. We all just, fake it till we make it. So trust me. Sometimes I'm selling stuff, I don't even know half of it, and I'm just like, but you want this, They don't know what you don't know.
That's
And
right.
there's times you can look it up together.
Yes.
And
You
don't be
can look up
afraid.
information together.
Don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm brand new. I'm still training. Like,
Right.
cut me a little slack. Like, I'm trying to learn on the fly. Like, they like knowing that you're not perfect. Like,
Right.
nobody's perfect. So if you're
Yes.
perfect, you're freaking out, because if you're perfect, then you're not duplicatable. And
Right.
we need to be duplicatable. That's how Danny sucked you in.
I know. Took her a little bit of time.
And if you don't know an answer to a question, just say, oh, I'll find out for you and I'll get back to you.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you call
reach
Danny.
out. Yeah, and then you text me and we get you an answer, and then you text them back and they're super happy because you're a woman of your word. So it's
There
pretty
you go.
great.
But just be yourself. I mean,
Yep.
that's all people want is
Yes.
I already can tell that you're going to be great just by looking at you and knowing what else you do. So don't be scared. It's honestly like, it's pretty easy, really. Like, once you kind of get in the swing of what works for you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't have a great week last week, but this week I did. So, but that's why we have friends, because they might have had a shitty week too. And then you guys can like rah about it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Pull you
just
back
have
up.
fun.
Mary Kay used to say this: if you've had a great week, everybody needs to hear from you.
Right.
And if you've had a crappy week, you need to hear from everybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And just have fun with it. Just have fun with it.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going
It
to
is
put
really
the
fun.
FU in fun.
It is really fun. Wait,
Put the FU in fun, baby.
Yeah, and don't cuss. Don't be like me. You're not supposed to cuss. So
Well, I'd be fired in a heartbeat then.
I know. I'm always in trouble, but yeah.
I try to go. I go with pink and then fuchsia later. It's all good.
Right? That's cute. I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah. All right, my girls.
Okay.
Have a great week.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.